I always believed love was simple. If you work hard and stay loyal, life stays loyal back. I told Emily that once. She smiled then and said, "You're old-fashioned, but that's why I love you." That was before the appointment. "Please come with me," Emily said that morning, gripping her purse too tight. "I need you there." I frowned. "I thought you said partners weren't required." "I changed my mind," she said quickly. "It'll mean a lot to me." I nodded. "Of course. I'm not going anywhere." I meant that. On the drive, she stared out the window. "You okay?" I asked. "I'm just nervous," she said. "Nervous is normal," I replied. "We're building a family." She swallowed. "Yeah, a family." The word stuck between us. At the clinic, everything smelled like sanitizer and quiet fear. I checked us in. "Father's name?" the receptionist asked. I smiled. "That's me." Emily didn't say anything. Inside the examination room, Emily sat on the bed, twisting her fingers. "You're shaking," I whispered. "I'm fine," she said. "Just cold." I took her hand. "I'm right here." The doctor walked in with a tablet. "Good morning," she said. "Emily Carter?" "Yes," Emily replied. "I'm Dr. Helen Moore," she said, smiling politely. "And you must be—" "I'm her fiancée," I said. "I'm—" She nodded without looking at me. "All right." The exam started normally. "Any pain?" the doctor asked. "No," Emily said softly. "Any dizziness?" "No." "Nausea?" "A little." I watched the screen, try to understand the shapes. "That's our baby?" I asked. "Yes," Dr. Moore said. "Strong heartbeat." I exhaled. "That's good." Emily didn't smile. The doctor tapped her tablet. "So," she said casually, "has the father been feeling the baby move yet?" I laughed. "Guess that's me now." Dr. Moore looked confused. "Oh," she said. "I meant Daniel." The room went silent. "I'm sorry," I said, still smiling. "You said Daniel?" "Yes," she replied. "Daniel Wright, the father." I waited for Emily to correct her. She didn't. I laughed again, louder this time. There must be some mistake. Dr. Moore frowned. Emily stared at the floor. My chest tightened. "Emily," I said, "say something." She didn't look at me. "I'm listed here," Dr. Moore said slowly. "That Daniel Wright is the biological father." "That's wrong," I said. "I'm right here." The doctor's eyes softened. "I'll step outside for a moment." When the door closed, I turned to Emily. "Explain," I said. "Now." She pressed her lips together. "Explain," I repeated. "I didn't know how," she whispered. "How what?" "How to tell you." My heart started pounding. "Tell me what?" Her voice cracked. "The baby might not be yours." "Might?" I asked. "Or isn't?" She started crying. "I don't know." I backed away. "You don't know?" "It was one time," she said quickly. "I was scared. You were always working. So you slept with someone else?" "I didn't mean for this to happen." My ears rang. "Who is Daniel?" I asked. She wiped her face. "Someone from work." I laughed, but nothing was funny. "So I'm here," I said, "holding your hand, planning a future, and I'm not even the father." She reached for me. "Please don't say it like that." "How should I say it?" "I love you," she said. "You love him too," I replied. The door opened slightly. "Are we okay to continue?" Dr. Moore asked gently. "No," I said. "We're not." I walked out without looking back. In the hallway, I sat down hard. My legs felt weak. A nurse asked, "Sir, are you all right?" "No," I said. "I'm really not." Emily came out minutes later. "Please," she said, "don't leave like this." "Like what?" I asked. "Like a fool." She shook her head. "I was going to tell you." "When?" "After the appointment." I laughed again. "How convenient." She whispered my name. "I don't recognize you," I said. "I'm still me," she cried. "No," I replied. "You're not." We stood there, surrounded by strangers, our future bleeding out in silence. As we walked toward the exit, the doctor's words replayed in my head. The father. Not me. Something inside me cracked, and I knew my life would never be the same again. The drive home feels longer than the road itself. Emily grips the seatbelt. I grip the steering wheel. No music. No words. A red light stops us. I whisper, "You can talk now." She stares ahead. The light turns green. She stays silent. Another red light. "Emily," I say, calmer than I feel. "Please." Her lips tremble. She says nothing. I breathe out slowly. I'm not yelling. I'm not blaming. I just need the truth. She nods without looking at me. At the next stop, I say, start anywhere. She wipes her eyes. I don't know how. Try. I reply. For me, we reach our apartment parking lot. I turn off the engine. The silence screams. Inside the car, I say, is the baby mine? She flinches. That didn't answer me. I add. Her voice cracks. I don't think so. My chest tightens. Think. I'm scared, she says. So am I reply. But I deserve honesty. She finally turns to me. Her eyes are red. It happened once, she says. I laugh softly. Once is enough. I open the door and step out. She follows me upstairs, crying quietly. Inside the apartment, I drop my keys. Tell me everything, I say. She shakes her head. Tell me, I repeat. She sits on the edge of the bed. His name is Daniel, she whispers. I freeze. From work? She nods. So every late night? I ask. She nods again. My voice stays low. The canceled dinners? Yes. The calls you took outside? Yes. Each word cuts deeper. You let me plan a future, I say. I didn't mean to hurt you, she cries. You still did, I reply. She reaches for my hand. I pull away. Was I ever enough? I ask. She sobs. You were too good. That's not an answer, I say. She looks up. I felt invisible. I was working for us, I reply. I know, she says. That's why I hate myself. I pace the room. So Daniel is the father? She hesitates. Don't do that, I warn. Don't hesitate. Yes, she says. He is. The word lands hard. I lean against the wall. You let me stand in that clinic, I say. I panicked, she replies. You humiliated me, I add. She cries harder. I was going to tell you. When? Soon. That's what liars say, I reply. She whispers my name. I built my life around you, I say. I know, she sobs. You watch me do it, I continue. I was afraid to lose you, she says. So you betrayed me instead? I ask. She has no answer. I sit on the couch, exhausted. My parents loved you, I say. I love them too, she replies. Did you? I ask. She looks down. I close my eyes. Memories flood in. Her laughter. Our plans. Our promises. All lies. Does he know about me? I ask. Yes, she admits. And he stayed? Yes. I laugh bitterly. So I'm the fool. No, she says quickly. I feel like one, I reply. She kneels in front of me. Please don't leave, she begs. I don't know who you are, I say. I'm still me, she insists. You're not, I reply. My phone buzzes. I ignore it. Do you love him? I ask. She hesitates again. That hesitation tells me enough, I say. She whispers, I don't know. I know, I reply. You chose him. I stand up. I can't sleep in that bed, I say. Where will you go? She asks. The couch, I reply. Far from you. She cries louder. I never wanted this, she says. Neither did I. I answer. I grab a blanket. She reaches out. Please. I shake my head. On the couch, I stare at the ceiling. The room feels empty, even with her crying nearby. I whisper to myself, love didn't save me. The words feel heavy. I close my eyes, knowing nothing will ever feel safe again. I meet Daniel 3 days later because not knowing hurts worse than knowing. He texts me first. We should talk, he writes. I reply, fine. We meet at a quiet cafe. He's already there. He stands when he sees me. You must be, he says. I know who you are, I reply. He nods. I didn't know about you at first. That's what cheaters always say. I answer. I'm not here to fight, he says calmly. That calm makes my hand shake. I found out about you after, he continues. After you slept with her? I ask. Yes, he admits. I laugh under my breath. At least you're honest, I say. I owe you that, he replies. We sit. Silence stretches. The baby is mine, he says. I stare at the table. I figured, I reply. He adds, I'll take responsibility. That makes one of you, I say. He winces. I'm not proud of this. I finally look at him. He's well-dressed, confident, relaxed. Everything I suddenly feel I'm not. She told me you were busy, he says. I was building a future, I reply. With her, he says quietly. That word hits. With her. She chose you. I say. He shakes his head. She chose security. And that's you. He hesitates. I guess. I stand up. This conversation is over. I say. I'm sorry, he replies. Don't be. I answer. Just stay away from me. Outside, I feel hollow. I call Mark. Where are you? He asks. Need a drink, I reply. Say less, he says. Mark hugs me the moment he sees me. You look terrible, he says. I feel worse, I reply. We sit at his place. So, he says, tell me everything. I do. When I finish, he says, you're blaming yourself. I was compared to him, I reply. So, he won, I say. Mark shakes his head. No, he says. You were faithful. That didn't matter, I reply. It will, he insists. I laugh bitterly. She picked money and comfort, I say. Then she lost character, he replies. I stare at the wall. I feel small, I admit. That's betrayal talking, Mark says. I ask, why didn't I see it? You trusted her, he replies. That feels stupid now, I say. It's not, he says. It's human. I bury my face in my hands. I don't want revenge, I whisper. Good, Mark replies. I just want answers, I add. You'll get them, he says. But they won't fix the hurt. That night, I lie awake replaying Daniel's calm voice. His confidence, his certainty. I realize Emily didn't choose love. She chose ease. And for the first time, I don't hate Daniel. I hate what I ignored. Something inside me shifts. I ask Emily to sit down because if I don't control my voice, it will break. We need to talk, I say. Her eyes fill instantly. I know. I take a breath. This is over. She freezes. No, I'm ending the engagement, I repeat. You can't, she says. Please. I stay calm. I can. She stands up, shaking. I made a mistake. You made a choice, I reply. She cries harder. I'll fix it. You can't, I say. I'll cut him off, she promises. It already happened, I answer. She grabs my arm. I love you. I don't trust you, I reply. That doesn't mean it's over, she says. It does for me, I answer. She drops to her knees. Please don't do this, she begs. I look away. Get up. She doesn't. I'll forgive you, she says. I won't forgive myself, I reply. She whispers my name like it might save us. It won't, I say. I walk to the bedroom and open the drawer. The ring is there. I pick it up. I return to the living room and place it on the table. This belongs to you, I say. She stares at it. We can still. No, I interrupt. Her voice cracks. I'm pregnant. And I'm not the father, I reply. She flinches. I grab a box from the closet. What are you doing? She asks. Leaving, I answer. She follows me as I pack. Those are memories, she says. They're lies now, I reply. I delete our photos from my phone. She watches. Please stop, she says. I need to, I answer. I pack clothes. Books. My laptop. This doesn't have to be ugly, she says. It already is, I reply. At the door, she blocks me. Where will you go? Anywhere but here, I say. She whispers, I'm sorry. I believe you, I reply. It doesn't change anything. I leave. Mark helps me move the rest. You okay? He asks. No, I reply. But you're doing the right thing, he says. I know, I answer. That's why it hurts. He gives me a card. Call her, he says. Who? I ask. Sarah Collins, he replies. Lawyer. I meet Sarah the next day. She shakes my hand. I'm sorry you're here. So, am I? I reply. She listens quietly. Are you married? She asks. No, I answer. Good, she says. That helps. I ask, what should I do? Protect yourself, she replies. I don't want to hurt her, I say. Then be clear, she answers. She explains my options. I nod. You're doing the hard part, she says. That night, I sleep on a borrowed couch. The ceiling feels too close. I stare at it and whisper, I chose myself. Tom doesn't heal quietly. It screams, pushes, and refuses to let me hide. Again, the trainer says, I can't, I reply. Yes, you can, he says. I lift the weight anyway. My arms shake. Why are you doing this? He asks. Because stopping hurts more, I answer. At home, my phone buzzes. Emily's name. I don't answer. At work, my boss says, "You're early." I need the distraction, I reply. He nods. Whatever keeps you steady. That's when I start therapy. Dr. Andrew Miles shakes my hand. Why are you here? He asks. Because I'm angry, I reply. At her. At myself, I say. He leans back. Tell me why, he says. I ignored signs, I reply. Because you trusted, he answers. That feels stupid, I say. It isn't, he replies. I clench my fists. She betrayed me, I say. And you survived, he responds. At the gym later, Mark texts. Still breathing? Barely, I reply. That counts, he sends back. Emily texts that night. I'm scared, she writes. I don't respond. Next session, Dr. Miles asks, did you reply? No, I answer. How did that feel? Strong, I say. That's a boundary, he replies. Emily tries again. Daniel isn't the man I thought, she texts. I delete it. Mark calls. She's spiraling, he says. I'm not her anchor, I reply. Good, he says. That's growth. At therapy, I say, she wants help. And what do you want? Dr. Miles asks. Peace, I answer. Then don't trade it, he says. At the gym, my trainer says, you're lifting more. I'm angry, I reply. Channel it, he says. Emily leaves a voicemail. He's distant, she cries. I don't listen to the end. I tell Dr. Miles. Part of me wants to save her. Why, he asks. Because I always did, I answer. And where did that lead? Here, I say. He nods. Sometimes love is knowing when to stop. He says, weeks pass. I sleep better. I eat better. Mark says, you look different. Less broken. I ask. More grounded, he replies. Emily texts again. I miss you. I don't answer. At therapy, I say, she says Daniel changed. Did you? Dr. Miles asks. Yes, I reply. Then you already moved forward, he says. One night, I type a reply. I stare at it. Then I delete it. At the gym, I finish a full set. My trainer claps. See, he says, you're stronger. Inside too, I reply. I stop checking her social media. I stop replaying conversations. Mark asks, still angry? Yes, I say. But not stuck, he replies. At therapy, Dr. Miles says, karma doesn't need help. I know, I reply. Your job is to keep walking, he adds. Emily sends one last message. I need you. I whisper, I don't need this. I put the phone down. I breathe. I keep walking. I hear from Mark first. You hear about Daniel? He asks. No, I reply. Business is sinking, he says. I stay quiet. He continues loans, bad deals, stress. And Emily? I ask. Not good, he answers. She's alone. I feel something twist inside me. Not joy, not pain, something in between. That's not my problem, I say. Mark pauses. Proud of you. That night, there's a knock on my door. I already know who it is. I open it slowly. Emily stands there, thinner, exhausted, eyes hollow. Can I come in? She asks. I don't move. What do you want? I ask. She swallows. I need to talk. I step aside. She walks in like a stranger. He's changed, she says immediately. I don't care, I reply. He's angry all the time, she adds. Not my concern, I say. She sits, holding her stomach. The pregnancy is hard, she whispers. I'm sorry, I reply, meaning it but nothing more. She looks at me. I've never felt so alone. You chose that, I answer. She starts crying. I just need you to listen, she begs. I'm listening, I say. But I'm not fixing. She shakes her head. You used to protect me. I protect myself now, I reply. She wipes her face. Daniel might lose everything, she says. Already lost mine, I answer. She looks shocked. I didn't mean. I know. I interrupt. You never do. Silence fills the room. She finally says, do you hate me? No, I reply. Then why are you like this? Because I healed, I say. She looks down. I thought karma would save me, she whispers. It's not here to save, I reply. It teaches. She stands slowly. So this is it. This was months ago, I answer. She nods, defeated. I miss you, she says. I miss who I was, I reply. She moves toward the door. I don't know what to do, she whispers. You'll figure it out, I say. Just not with me. She leaves without another word. I sit down, heart steady. No shaking. No rage. Mark texts later. You okay? Yes, I reply. Really? Yes, I answer again. I realize something then. They're falling apart. I'm standing, and for the first time, I don't feel guilty. Emily asks to meet me one last time. For closure, she texts. I stare at the message for a long time. Then I reply, okay. We meet near the river where we once talked about marriage. She arrives first. You came, she says. I said I would. I reply. She looks nervous. I won't take much of your time, she says. That's good. I answer. We sit on a bench. She speaks first. I ruined everything, she says. I know, I reply. She swallows. I lost you, she continues. Yes, I say. She looks at me carefully. You're different, she says. I am, I reply. You don't look angry, she adds. I'm not, I say. She presses her hands together. Daniel isn't there anymore, she admits. I figured, I reply. He checks out emotionally, she says. That's unfortunate, I answer. She sighs. I lost love and respect, she says. You did, I reply. She looks down. I regret everything, she whispers. I believe you, I say. That doesn't mean you forgive me. No, I answer calmly. She nods slowly. I deserve that, she says. We sit in silence. The river moves beside us. I thought happiness was security, she says. And I ask. I was wrong, she replies. I look at the water. So was I say. She turns to me. About what? About thinking love means sacrifice without limits. I answer. She wipes her eyes. I never meant to destroy you, she says. You didn't destroy me, I reply. You changed me. She hesitates. For better? Yes, I answer. For me. Her breath shakes. I wish I could go back, she says. You can't, I reply. Neither can I. She reaches into her bag. I kept this, she says. She holds out the ring. I stare at it. That belongs to the past, I say. I know, she replies. I wanted you to decide. I take the ring. It feels lighter than I remember. She asks softly, what are you going to do? I stand up. I'm going to let go, I say. I walk toward the river. She follows a few steps behind. Are you sure? She asks. Yes, I reply. I hold the ring between my fingers. This was a promise, I say. I broke it, she whispers. No, I reply. We both did. I let the ring fall. It disappears into the water without a sound. Emily gasps. That's it, she asks. That's it, I reply. She covers her mouth. I don't know how to live with this, she says. You will, I answer. Just not with me. She nods slowly. I hope you find happiness, she says. I already did, I reply. She looks surprised. Ow, I found peace, I answer. She takes a step back. I guess this is goodbye, she says. It is, I reply. She waits, like she expects something more. An apology. A promise. Hope. I give her none. She turns away. After a few steps, she stops. Do you ever miss me? She asks. I think before answering. I miss who I was before, I say. Not you. She nods, accepting it. Then she walks away. I stay by the river alone. I feel no anger. No relief. Just clarity. Closure wasn't about her regret. It was about my release. I breathe deeply. I turn around, and I walk forward without looking back. I live in a different city now. Do you miss the old one? Mark asks on the phone. No, I reply. I outgrew it. My apartment is quiet. Not lonely. Peaceful. At work, my manager says, you've changed. In a good way? I ask. Yes, he replies. You're focused. I earned that focus. One evening, Mark says, you should meet someone. I'm not looking, I reply. That's usually when it happens, he says. He's right. I meet Laura at a bookstore cafe. She smiles and says, you look uncomfortable. I don't date much, I admit. That's okay, she replies. Neither do I. We talk slowly. No games. No pressure. What do you want? She asks. Peace, I answer. She smiles. That's honest. I tell her, I move slow. I like slow, she says. Good, I reply. Weeks pass. We walk. We talk. She never pushes. I never run. One night she asks, what hurt you? I pause. I was betrayed, I say. She nods. That leaves marks. She doesn't ask for details. I trust her more for that. Mark says, you're different now. I know. I reply. Stronger, he adds. Quieter, I say. Laura notices it too. You're careful, she says. I learn to be, I reply. I don't feel shut out, she adds. Good, I answer. That matters. I get promoted. I celebrate alone. Then I text Laura. Proud of you, she replies. No jealousy. No insecurity. I sit on my balcony one night and think about Emily. Not with anger. Not with longing. Just distance. Laura asks, do you believe people change? Yes, I reply. Because of love? Because of pain, I answer. She nods. That makes sense. I realize something important then. Betrayal didn't end me. It reshaped me. I no longer chase approval. I don't beg for honesty. I expect it. Laura says, you're easy to be around. I smile. That's new. You earned it, she replies. One evening, she reaches for my hand. I don't pull away. I don't rush. This feels safe, she says. It is, I reply. I think about revenge sometimes. How I once wanted it. How small that feels now. I won without fighting. Mark visits and says, you're solid. I'm stable. I reply. That's better, he says. Laura meets Mark. He's important to you, she says later. He kept me standing, I reply. She smiles. I'm glad he did. I don't tell Laura everything yet. I don't need to. I trust my timing. One morning, I look at myself in the mirror. I don't see a victim. I see someone whole. Laura texts, coffee later? I reply, yes. Simple, easy, earned. I think about the man I was. Desperate to be chosen. Afraid to be alone. I'm not him anymore. I learned that love isn't proven by sacrifice. It's proven by respect. I didn't win by revenge. I won by walking away. And this life, quiet, steady, honest, is finally mine.